is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's a motivational Monday, and there are 4 words that I want you to say to yourself. I can do it. I can do it. There's always going to be reasons why you say you can't do something. People might tell you that you can't do things. They might say that chasing a cardboard dream isn't worth it. But it is, and you can do it. And it's important to keep that in mind as you grow and as you progress, whether it's cards, content, or both, because there's going to be a lot of things that get you down and a lot of things that get in your way. And we're going to talk about it a little bit in today's video. But before we do, if you do not know who I am, my name is Bronzgod, and I sell trading cards on Tcgplayer and eBay. We've been averaging about $40,000 a year in sales, looking to ramp that up a little bit by the end of the year. We do also have 2 other channels, one gaming, one for my weight loss journey. So if either of those interest you, the links to those will be in the description below. We also do have a couple affiliate links down in the description. So if any of those serve any purpose to you, you can save a little money. I can make a little money, and then we can keep this thing going. So you can do it. Every night almost, I am so tired. I want to go to bed. But I tell myself, no, you got to do a little more because I can do it. A lot of the limits you put on yourself is all up here. Now, obviously you can feel the effects of that. Like I said just a little bit ago, being tired, other things that might be happening throughout the day that affect your mental capacity, your mental status. But there are certain points where you just kind of have to block out the noise and keep going. You're going to get negative comments. You are going to get people, maybe friends of yours, people in your family that just don't get what it is you're trying to do. And it's going to be very easy to let that seep in and maybe have you pump the brakes a little bit on what you're trying to achieve. But ultimately, you have to really dig in deep and believe in what you're trying to build and what you're trying to do in order for you to succeed. Not only that, but there's going to be weekends like I just had. I had a really good weekend. I got a lot of stuff done. I've been waffling back and forth on switching platforms that I'm selling on, using inventory thing. I just talked to the gentleman from SortSwift the other day. There's a lot of different changes happening potentially and definitely. And having all these things bounce around in your head can leave you wondering what to do and kind of in a stalemate. And a stalemate is the one thing you don't want to be in while you're doing this, while you're selling cards in any capacity. While I'm in my stalemate, I am still doing things the old way, or the way I continue to do, which is set sort, set list, alphabetize. I'm still doing it the way I normally would. And it's possible that in a week, I'm going to delete everything I just did and start from scratch again. Haven't made the decision yet, but I know ultimately whatever I decide to do, I can do it. So whatever it is that you are planning on doing today, tomorrow, this week, try not to let the bad thoughts in, and keep on grinding, man, because it's going to be worth it. You just have to stay the course and just believe. It's also really important, and I just found this out recently once I started my Discord, which you're obviously more than welcome to join, link in the description. But surrounding yourself with very like-minded individuals who share common goals with you are going to make it a lot easier for you to just keep on going, and the positive reinforcement that can offer. Because when you do try to rely on your family and you do try to rely on your friends when something does go wrong, or you have an issue with, the old noggin up here, your family and friends might be with you, but they may not really understand what you're going through. And that's where getting in with a community, I hate using that word. I think a lot of people hate using that word nowadays. But that's where finding people that just have a similar trajectory as you is gonna benefit you a lot, because when you go to explain to them what's happening, what's going wrong, what your mindset is like. Maybe you had low sales. Maybe you think you're too far behind. Maybe you had a bad day in sales and you think you're going to quit because, it's all over. The writing's on the wall. You need some people to talk you off that ledge and let you know that it's going to be okay and that you can do it. It's just really easy to let that negativity really affect you in a way to where it's going to cloud everything you do. Really just, if you do feel that, it's okay to feel it for a little bit, but whether you have someone to fall back on or not, you got to get through it because there's no one else in this that's going to do it but you. No one's going to do this for you. No one's going to be rooting you on harder than you. There is I referenced it in my other podcast, but one of my favorite movies is Whiplash. If you've never seen Whiplash, you should watch it. But it's about this drummer, this like prodigy, and he wants to play for this really well-known professor and jazz orchestrator who ends up being a very abusive person. And during the movie, you find out that he's doing this to kind of really push this kid hard. It ends up going overboard, and then the student gets the teacher kind of kicked out, and they have this coming to this meeting in a restaurant afterwards. And there's this line where the kid asks, like, hey, do you think if you ever push someone too hard that you're going to prevent the next person from being great? To which he responds, nah, man, because the next person who would be great would never be discouraged. And that is the mindset that I try to have during the day when anything negative comes up. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it does affect me. But ultimately, I want to be the person that does not get discouraged. Or if I do feel discouraged, I can get through it and it makes me a better person and I can learn from it. Because there's a lot of lessons that you can learn, and anything that you do that has a negative connotation to it, just simply making through that and keeping your progress going is proof to yourself that you can acknowledge something bad happening to you and getting through it. A lot of people can't. Once something bad happens, they shut down, they quit, and they don't do it again. Or they feel like, heck, I even experienced it with my weight loss stuff. I mean, I had not really a good first week. I did lose something, but I didn't lose what I thought. And, you got to be honest with yourself. I didn't do a lot of the things I said I was going to do last week. And there's only one person to be mad at, and that's me. But ultimately, I know I can do it. So you just buckle up. You make another plan. This is now the second week, and we're just not going to do what we did last week, and then we're going to be better off. Same thing with cards. If you have a night where you plan on listing and you end up listing at all, or if you have a plan to sift all night and you don't sift at all, if you have a plan that you're going to do literally gangbusters and just work for 8 hours, and instead of working 8 hours, you worked for 2, just because you worked less than you planned on doing doesn't make it a failure, bar none. Especially with the weight loss stuff too. It's like sometimes I'll go in Monday, okay, this is going to be a different week. Monday goes wrong, and then all of a sudden in my head, I think because Monday failed, the whole rest of the week is shot, so I shouldn't do anything the rest of the week, which is silly. It's a silly thing to do. So many people do that kind of thing because at that point, they get down and they feel like they can't do it because they put all their money on one chip in that one spot in the roulette wheel, and they blew it all, and now there's no coming back. And there is coming back. There's always coming back. There's no hole, especially in this hobby and business, that you can't dig out of with a little extra time, a little hard work. And that's the God's honest truth. It sucks. It does suck sometimes because, while you're thinking about other things that you could be doing or the fun you're having, you're in a room like this or whatever your living situation might be, wondering, thinking what you could be doing. But that's what you signed up for. You signed up for doing the hard work up front so that way you could do slightly harder work down the line. Which doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but hey, once you have the table set and once you get things going now, you're going to reap the rewards down the road. And that's why I'm starting to think that this whole SportsSwift thing might be a good idea. I'm still weighing on it. I know I can do it. But it's still trying to figure out if it's the right avenue for me to take. But while we think on that, we got to keep this whole thing going. So just keep that in mind, because there's always going to be something that comes up. There's always going to be the next and best. And you don't have to necessarily jump on every single new thing. And it's easy to do that when you see other people starting to consider it. But you have to look at yourself, your situation, know what your capacity is, but also know what your aspirations are and where you want to be. Take those ingredients together and spit out a result. And whatever that result is, you grind like hell towards that goal. And then once you get it, you make another one and another one and another one. And then eventually you succeed. I haven't succeeded yet. We still got some work to do, but I know I can do it. I know you can do it. And I can't wait. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you check out some other channels if you like. And I'll be here rooting for you because I know you can do it. Hope you have a good one. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.